Assalamu alaikum. I am Muhammad Faisal with the Alchemy YouTube channel. Hope you're all well. In previous lecture, we have studied the definition of chemistry, the composition, structures, properties, and chemical reaction of matters. Today's lecture is about the relation of chemistry with other sciences and how they are intertwined each other. First, we will see our content. Relation of chemistry with biology. Number two, physics. Number three, psychology. Four, astronomy. And last, geology. Number one, biology. In biochemistry, we study the structure and function of biological macromolecules. Uh, the molecules which are high in mass, the molecular weight, are called macromolecules, such as proteins, nucleic acids, carbohydrates, and lipids. Point number two, investigating the mechanism of enzymatic reactions, metabolic pathways, and flow of energy in living systems. enzymatic reaction अ, ये ऐसे रिएक्शन जिनमें एंजाइम्स जो है वो एज ए कैटलिस्ट काम करते हैं मेटाबॉलिक पाथवेज ये रिएक्शंस का सेट होता है मतलब रिएक्शन का रिएक्शन के साथ लिंक होता है और ये मेटाबॉलिक रिएक्शंस में ज़्यादा एनर्जी हासिल करते हैं और फ्लो ऑफ एनर्जी भी हम बायोकेमिस्ट्री में पढ़ते हैं the flow of energy in living systems. Biochemical knowledge is essential for understanding cellular processes. Cellular processes, DNA replication. DNA replication means to prepare the similar copies of DNA, protein synthesis, and other fundamental biological functions. Next, chemical reactions in living system. We study the chemistry. We use the chemistry in chemical reactions occur in living organisms. Biological processes involve numerous chemical reactions such as metabolism, respiration, and photosynthesis. Metabolism, these are the reactions uh, in which food is prepared, in which energy is obtained from the food, and respiration, photosynthesis. Understanding the underlying chemistry is crucial for deciphering the mechanism. Decoding the mechanism for the understanding easily, and pathways of these processes. For instance, glucose oxidation during cellular respiration and synthesis of ATP adenosine triphosphate involves a series of chemical reactions that release and store energy. Enzymes, which are biological catalysts, facilitate these reactions. Uh, Glucose oxidation means the breaking of glucose to produce carbon dioxide, water, and energy as a product. Here, enzymes work, work as a catalyst that speed up the reaction. The analytical techniques of chemistry are used in biology for various analyses. Analytical chemistry methods such as spectrophotometry, chromatography, and mass spectrometry are employed to identify and quantify the biomolecules, detect trace substances, and analyze samples from biological systems. Spectrophotometry is branch of spectroscopy in which the relation of transmittance of light is observed in one system to another system. One is kept as standard. Chromatography, uh, we observe the colorful material in our sample using chromatography. The mass spectrometry is also an analytical technique in which mass to charge ratio is obtained, and various type of peaks we obtain, such as isotopic peak, molecular peak, and base peak. They provide us a large amount of information to identify and quantify the biomolecules. उनकी पहचान करते हैं और उनकी मिकदार को मालूम करते हैं. Point number two, these techniques are used in areas like clinical diagnostics, in medical diagnostics like urine analysis and blood analysis, environmental monitoring. Uh, if we find the pollution in our environment and soil, water, air, we do the environment monitoring and forensic analysis. Use of forensic science in crime scene to know the crime, the reality of crime. We use the forensic analysis. Next, number two, physics. Here we will study how physics and chemistry are intertwined each other. Physical chemistry. Physical chemistry is a branch of chemistry which use the laws from both chemistry and physics to find physical properties and behavior of matter. Concepts such as thermodynamics, quantum mechanics, spectroscopy are essential both physics and chemistry. These are some laws like thermodynamics, quantum mechanics, and spectroscopy. We use them in physics as well as chemistry. Next, number three, psychology. What is psychology? Psychology is a field that focuses on understanding and studying human behavior, mental processes, and factors that influence them. We will study the next branch, neurochemistry, that is related to psychology. In neurochemistry, it studies the chemical processes and neurotransmitters in brain and nervous systems. What are neurotransmitters? Neurotransmitters are the molecules secreted by neuron uh, to transmit the signal from nerve to target cell. Uh, so it studied the chemical processes and neurotransmitters in brain and nervous system. There are central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. Brain and spinal cord are its main parts. Next, neurochemistry. It explores how chemicals such as neurotransmitters, hormone. The hormones are secreted by the specific glands and other signaling molecules influence brain function, behavior, and mental process. Point number two, understanding the chemical basis of brain function is crucial for understanding psychological process and including emotions, cognition. Cognition also the mental processes and behavior. तो हम केमिकल बेस की बुनियाद पर दिमाग के काम करने का तरीक़ा, साइकोलॉजिकल प्रोसेसेस, उसमें इमोशंस और दिमागी हरकत और उसका बिहेवियर बआसानी समझ सकते हैं. In drug addiction and substance abuse, the study of drug addiction and substance abuse involves examining the effect of various chemicals on brain and behavior. Chemistry is essential in understanding the pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics of addictive substances and how they interact with the brain's reward system. There are two phenomena. First one, pharmacokinetics, and second, pharmacodynamics. Pharmacokinetics. Uh, if someone takes drugs, his body react with drug. This is pharmacokinetics, and the effect of drug on the body called pharmacodynamics. Point number three and last, it helps to elucidate the molecular mechanism. In classical mechanics, also, underlying addiction aids in development of treatment strategies. ट्रीटमेंट स्ट्रेटजीज में हमें मॉलिक्यूलर मैकेनिज्म की मदद से बहुत मदद मिलती है और क्लासिकल मैकेनिज्म में भी हम मॉलिक्यूलर मैकेनिज्म का इस्तेमाल करते हैं। तो इससे हम अंदाज़ा लगा सकते हैं कि केमिस्ट्री और फिज़िक्स कैसे आपस में मुतल्लिक़ा हैं, ताल्लुक़ रखती हैं। नंबर 4, एस्ट्रोनॉमी। Astronomy, first one, stellar chemistry. Stellar chemistry is all about the stars. And point one, chemistry plays a crucial role in studying the composition behavior of stars. And behavior of stars mean like nuclear fusion occurs in stars. Spectroscopy, the branch of chemistry used to analyze the light emitted or absorbed by stars. In spectroscopy, we just study the interaction of light with matter. We measure and we notice, we observe the light that is emitted or absorbed, and the emission or absorption give us various information. By studying the spectral line, there are the two types of spectra, line spectra and continuous spectra. In spectral lines, in line spectra, astronomers can determine the determine the elements present in stars and their relative abundance. Uh, Spectral lines tell us about the elements. This information helps in understanding stellar evolution, how they formed, nucleosynthesis, mean the production of elements in star, and the physical process occurring within star. और जो दूसरे फिज़िकल तबी अवामिल हैं जो स्टार्स में वक़ूफ़ पज़ीर होते रहते हैं, उनका मुताला करते हैं। Next, astrochemistry. Astrochemistry is the study uh, that investigates the chemistry of celestial objects. What are celestial objects? Celestial objects are objects, astronomical objects. It studied the complex chemical reaction occurring in space, such as formation of molecules, the interaction of radiation with matter, and the role of dust grains. Dust grains also are elements like silicon and carbon in chemical processes. Uh, इसमें हम कम्प्लेक्स केमिकल रिएक्शन पढ़ते हैं और मॉलिक्यूल्स कैसे वजूद में आते हैं, रेडिएशन का मैटर के साथ क्या ताल्लुक़ है और डस्ट ग्रेन का जो केमिकल प्रोसेसेस में क्या किरदार है, पढ़ते हैं। Astrochemists use laboratory experiments, theoretical models, observation to understand the chemical processes occurring in diverse environments, including interstellar clouds, protoplanetary disks, comets, and planetary atmospheres. Interstellar clouds are the accumulation of gas, plasma, and dust, etc. And protoplanetary disks are the disks around the star uh, that is dense gas. Next, geology. In geochemistry, we study the distribution and behavior of chemical elements in rocks, minerals, soils, water, and the atmosphere. Point number two, it combines the principle from chemistry and geology to understand the process that control the composition and evolution of Earth's materials. Point number three, geochemists use chemical analysis technique to determine the elemental and isotopic composition of samples and study of processes of rock formation, weathering, and alterations. Elemental related to element and isotopic composition. Uh, the element may have the isotopes that are different in neutron number and same in proton number. Uh, Rock formation, rocks का बनना, weathering, and their destruction of rocks and mineral and alteration and change in them. केमिकल एनालिसिस की मदद से हम एलिमेंटल आइसोटोपिक कंपोजिशन के बारे में मालूमात ले सकते हैं और रॉक फॉर्मेशन में जो प्रोसेस होते हैं, विदरिंग और अल्टरेशन के जो फिनोमिनाज होते हैं, उनके मुतालिक हमें मुताले में मदद मिलती है. In isotopic geochemistry, we study the isotopes, which are atoms of same element and different number of neutrons. We have discussed earlier about isotopes. And point number two, different isotopes and element can behave differently in geological processes. Isotope Isotope geologists use the isotopic ratios to understand the age of rocks and minerals, trace the source of materials, and investigate the process such as weathering, erosion. What is erosion? Erosion, the movement of minerals and other constituent from one part of earth to another part, and the movement of fluids with the earth. Environmental geochemistry studies the interaction between geological material and environment, particularly in relation to pollution and impact of human activities. पॉल्यूशन और उनका इंसानी सरगर्मियों पर असरात का जो मुताला है वो एनवायरमेंटल केमिस्ट्री में किया जाता है. Point number two, it involves analyzing the chemistry of soil, water, air sample to identify and quantify उनकी पहचान और उनकी मकदार मालूम करना, पोल्यूटेंट्स एंड अंडरस्टैंड देयर सोर्सेज कि उनके सोर्सेज क्या हो सकते हैं, ट्रांसपोर्ट, उनकी नकलो हरकत, नकलो हमल एंड इफेक्ट्स और उनके इंसानी ज़िंदगी पर क्या असरात हो सकते हैं. Point number three, chemical processes occurring in environment such as acid rain, metal contamination, and nutrient cycling are investigated in this field. Next, chemistry is also useful in other areas like material science, medicine and pharmacology, and engineering, etc. Today, we have studied that the chemistry is a major uh, branch of science and how it is intertwined with other sciences. What is the role of chemistry? If you have any question, write me in inbox and or comment box. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Allah Hafiz.